2018 Kivu Ebola outbreak, containment and military conflict. The area in question, North Kivu, is also currently in the middle of the Kivu conflict, a military conflict with thousands of displaced refugees. The affected area has about 1 million uprooted people and shares borders with Rwanda and Uganda, with cross-border movement because of trade activities. The humanitarian crisis and deterioration of the security situation is expected to affect any response to the outbreak. The DRC is expected to hold presidential elections at the end of this year. There are about 70 armed military groups, among them the Alliance of Patriots for a Free and Sovereign Congo and the Mai-Mai de Défense du Congo Renové, in North Kivu. The armed fighting has apparently displaced thousands of individuals. According to WHO, healthcare workers will be accompanied by military personnel for protection. Additionally, ring vaccination may not be possible. On 11th of August, it was reported that 7 individuals were killed in Mai-Mai due to a military group, about 24 miles from Beni, where there are several EBD cases. The WHO is asking for safe passage to those areas that are within conflict zones, so that possible EBD cases may be found. On 24th of August, it was reported that an Ebola-stricken physician had been in contact with some 97 individuals in an inaccessible military area, hence those 97 contacts cannot be diagnosed. On 4th of September, it was reported that on the outskirts of the city of Beni, one of the areas affected by the EBD outbreak, 2 peacekeepers were attacked and wounded by rebel groups in the area, which is part of a larger military conflict. On 23rd of September, it was reported that 14 individuals were killed in a military attack in the city of Beni, which is an area affected by the current EBD outbreak. In September 2018, the World Health Organization's Deputy Director General for Emergency Preparedness and Response described the combination of military conflict and civilian distress as a potential perfect storm that could lead to a rapid worsening of the outbreak. On 5th of October, the Nobel Peace Prize was awarded to Denis Mukwege, who tends to the female victims of the ongoing internal armed conflict in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. On 20th of October, an armed rebel group in the DRC killed some 13 civilians and took 12 children as hostages. This attack occurred in Beni, which is the current epicenter of the Ebola virus outbreak. On 11th of November, 6 people were killed in an attack by an armed rebel group in Beni. As a consequence, vaccinations have been suspended there. A recent position paper by a think tank on the violence and health problem, EBD outbreak, indicates the situation in the DRC may get worse depending on the result and response of presidential elections in the country this year. Yet another attack reported on 17th of November, in Beni by an armed rebel group has forced the cessation of EBD containment efforts and WHO staff to evacuate to another city in Democratic Republic of the Congo for the time being. Beni continues to be the site of attacks by militant groups as 18 civilians were killed on 6th of December. According to a report on 22nd of December, it was reported that elections for president of the Democratic Republic of the Congo would go forward despite the EBD outbreak, including in the Ebola-stricken area of Beni. 4 days later, on 26th of December, the DRC government reversed itself to indicate those Ebola-stricken areas, such as Beni, would not vote for several months. As a consequence, election protesters ransacked an Ebola assessment center in Beni just 24 hours later. Post-election tensions continued when it was reported that the DRC government had cut off internet connections for the population, as the vote results are yet to be released. On 29th of December, Oxfam said it would suspend its work due to the ongoing violence in the DRC. On the same day, the International Rescue Committee suspended their Ebola support efforts as well.